This is breaking news.
Good afternoon, I'm Mary Calvi, and we are interrupting regularly scheduled programming for a briefing on the crash in the Lincoln Tunnel. Let's listen in.
We received a call from Port Authority stating that 2 New York-bound buses were involved in a collision inside the tunnel. Port Authority Police Department, Port Authority Emergency Management, as well as Fire Department Emergency Management, and New York City Emergency Management responded to the scene. I'm going to turn it over now to Deputy Chief Link to talk about the aides.
When we arrived on the scene, sorry. Deputy Chief. The first name is Stephen with a PH. The last name is L-I-N-C-K-E.
How do you say it?
Link.
Link?
Right, Link.
Fire Department?
EMS. We received a notification that there was a motor vehicle accident in the tunnel. We responded with our complement. We had 31 patients on the scene. There were 30 civilians injured and one Port Authority member with minor injury. The patients were taken to the local hospitals in the area. All were stable. Injuries were minor bumps and bruises, and all the others were there for evaluation.
How many were taken to the hospital?
31.
All of them?
Yes. Everybody went to the hospital.
Hello, my name is Richard Gutch. I'm the commanding officer, Captain Richard Gutch, the commanding officer of the Lincoln Tunnel Command, Police, Port Authority Police. This morning, as the gentleman stated, there was an accident, caused significant delays during the rush hour, and there was 2 pregnant women on a bus not involved in the accident that got stuck in the tunnel. Port Authority Police went into the tunnel. They rendered aid, stayed with her until EMS personnel arrived. When the traffic cleared up a bit, they were able to transport that woman via ambulance to the hospital, Roosevelt Hospital. She's okay. The other pregnant woman on that very same bus refused medical aid. We don't anticipate this occurrence is going to impact the evening rush at all. It looks like it's all cleared up at this point. Thank you.
Chief, you said this is being considered an accident right now?
Yes.
Okay, well, can you give us any idea of the circumstances what led to this?
It was 2 buses, and it was still trying to determine exactly what happened, but it looks like a rear-end accident.
Was the front bus, or the rear bus for that matter, disabled to the point where they couldn't move?
The rear bus, when we tried to move it out of the tunnel, because, you know, Port Authority and of course New York City OEM, we're quite conscious of our customers and the commuters being in traffic. We tried to move that bus, but the air dropped. I'm not a mechanic, but the air dropped out of the bus, and we were unable to move it for some time.
The what dropped out of the bus?
Some air. That's what the explanation that was given to me. I don't really know much about bus.
You know, the front end damage to the bus, the New Jersey Transit bus, was mainly a shattered windshield, it seems. How was that damage sustained? Was that from a person who was thrown against the windshield?
I don't have the answer to that. I do know that emergency medical personnel did have to open the door. The door was jammed. But as far as the window goes, I can't answer that right now.
Were people taken out on stretchers?
Most of the vast majority of injuries were walking injuries. There were 4 people, however, that were required the need of stretchers.
What kind of injuries did they have?
Back and neck.
Talk about the woman taken to Roosevelt. What was the treatment? Which bus was she on?
I'm sorry, what was the question? She was on a New Jersey Transit bus, not involved in the accident. The pregnant females, and there were 2, were not involved in the initial impact.
And what did she report? That she was taken to the hospital? What did she say that she was taken to the hospital?
There were 2 on the same bus, and one of them had begun contractions.
Can you explain, I don't know if this is for OEM, after the accident, just what you had to do to get traffic moving again? From the moment you get that call that there's an accident inside the tunnel, how you operate for that from now on?
Well, you know, unfortunately, we have a lot of. Fortunately, we have a lot of experience on it. But of course, the number of injured parties, delays, takes a lot more time, and we can't really assess the.
And we've been listening to a news briefing in regard to the accident at the Lincoln Tunnel. Again, 31 people injured. Let's go back to it now.
Because they're blocked by some traffic, so we have to pull them in through the New York side.
How deep into the tunnel?
Drivers and their level of experience, their safety records.
I'm sorry?
What do you know about the drivers, their level of experience?
I don't have any of that information.
Sir, if the entrance on the Jersey side is 0.0 and the exit here is 100, where along that continuum was the bus disabled?
I'm going to say about 90.
90?
Yeah.
So about 90% of the way through the tunnel.
Yes,
so
sir.
Pretty close.
Yes,
and
sir.
can we ask Chief Link, you had something here at the scene called an MRTU, Mobile Respiratory Treatment Unit. What are the capabilities?
And just recapping for you this morning, a chaotic commute at the Lincoln Tunnel as two buses collided. 31 passengers injured, mostly with minor injuries like bumps and bruises, but a few had to be rushed to the hospital with back and neck injuries. But we are learning that the evening rush will not be affected. We, of course, will have much more on the story coming up on CBS 2 News at 5 and 6. I'm Mary Calvi. Have a good day.
This has been Breaking News.